You're waking up 2, 3, 4 times a night to use the bathroom, and it's not your bladder's fault. Here's what's actually happening and how to fix it tonight. Fluid pools in your legs during the day. Gravity pulls it into your ankles and calves while you sit. The moment you lie down, that fluid travels upward into your bloodstream. Your kidneys process it. Your bladder fills, repeatedly, while you're trying to sleep. That's called nocturnal polyuria, and it's the leading cause of nighttime urination in adults over 60. Your bladder isn't broken. The timing is just terrible. Here's the cycle that keeps it going. You wake up 3 times a night, so you never reach deep sleep. You wake exhausted. Exhausted people sit more and move less. When you sit still, your calf muscles stop pumping fluid back up. More fluid pools, more drains at night. You're up 4 times instead of 3. You only need to break one link in that chain. These 3 exercises break it at the source. Before the exercises, 1 minute on why everything else you've tried hasn't worked. Cutting off fluids reduces total urine for the day. But if fluid is already pooled in your legs, your bladder will still fill at midnight regardless of what you drank at dinner. You can be mildly dehydrated and still wake up 3 times a night. Bladder training and pelvic floor exercises help with an overactive bladder and urgency. They don't help when the bladder is filling quickly because your kidneys suddenly have to process a flood of reabsorbed leg fluid. Prostate and bladder supplements reduce the urge to urinate. If the tank is filling faster than normal, a stronger signal threshold barely makes a difference. These aren't bad approaches. They're answers to the wrong question. The right question is, where is all that urine coming from? It's coming from your legs. That's where we fix it. These 3 exercises activate the muscle pump in your calves and legs, the same mechanism your body uses to push fluid upward against gravity. Done before bed, they clear the fluid backlog before your kidneys have to deal with it overnight. None of them requires getting on the floor, breaking a sweat, or anything that resembles a workout. Exercise 1. The elevated leg drain. This is the one that produces the most dramatic change for most people on the very first night. It takes less than 60 seconds of active effort. Lie on your back and rest your legs straight up against the wall. Get your bottom as close to the wall as comfortable. Legs resting against the wall, toes toward the ceiling. If getting to the floor is difficult, the modified version works equally well. Lie on your back in bed and stack 2 or 3 firm pillows under both legs, high enough that your feet are clearly above your heart. Higher is better, within comfort. Here's the physics. You spent all day fighting gravity, which pulled fluid into your lower legs. Now you use gravity as your ally. When your legs are elevated above your heart, pooled fluid flows back toward your core passively. You do nothing. Your kidneys start processing it now while you're still awake. By the time you lie flat to sleep, the fluid backlog is dramatically smaller. Protocol: 10 minutes. That's it. Breathe slowly. Let gravity do the work. Ideally, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The wall problem. Getting your bottom flush against the wall is harder than it sounds if your hamstrings are tight. You don't need to be perfectly flush. 6 or 8 inches away is fine. What matters is that your legs are elevated above your heart. The exact angle is secondary. Important safety notes. Do not do this exercise if you have congestive heart failure. Elevating the legs increases fluid load on the heart. Do not do it if you have an active deep vein thrombosis or significant varicose vein disease. If you take a diuretic like furosemide or hydrochlorothiazide, talk to your doctor about timing. This exercise may shift when your medication is most active. For the vast majority of healthy older adults, this is completely safe. Exercise 2. The seated calf pump. Sit in a sturdy chair, not a soft couch, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, hands resting on your thighs. Keeping your toes on the floor, raise both heels as high as they'll comfortably go. Hold 1 second at the top. Lower them slowly. The controlled descent matters as much as the rise. Your calf muscle is one of the most powerful fluid pumps in your body. Every contraction squeezes the veins in your lower leg and pushes any remaining pooled blood and fluid upward toward your heart. Protocol: 20 repetitions, rest 15 seconds, then 20 more. Slow pace throughout. 2 sets, about 90 seconds total. 2 common mistakes. First, going too fast. A slow, full contraction moves far more fluidly than rapid pumping. Second, only going halfway up. The higher the heel, the fuller the contraction, the more fluid gets cleared. If your calves are tight and range is limited, go as far as comfortable. It improves within days. If your ankles are stiff before you start, do a few gentle ankle circles first, rotating each foot clockwise, then counterclockwise, to warm the joint. What you should feel: mild warmth or slight fatigue in your calves by the second set. If you feel sharp pain, stop and check with your doctor. Exercise. 3. The ankle alphabet. Sit comfortably. Lift your right foot a few inches off the floor so the ankle moves freely. Use your big toe as a pen and trace every letter of the alphabet in the air, A through Z. Make each letter as large as you comfortably can. Then switch to the left foot, 1 round per foot, about 90 seconds per side. This exercise works a completely different part of your drainage system than the calf pump. Your ankle contains a dense network of lymphatic vessels, tiny channels that carry fluid and cellular waste out of tissue and back into circulation. Unlike veins, lymphatic channels have no pump of their own. They rely entirely on movement. When you've been sitting still all day, they stagnate. The ankle alphabet moves the ankle through every plane of motion and physically squeezes fluid through the network, like gently wringing out a sponge. The most common mistake: small, timid movements. The ankle feels stiff, so people baby it. Small movements don't engage the lymphatic network. Work toward a full, comfortable range. Not painful, but full. If you have a known ankle injury, significant arthritis, or a recent sprain, stay within your pain-free range of motion. What you should feel: a gentle pulling around the ankle and the top of the foot. Mild warmth or tingling in the toes is a good sign. It means circulation is returning. 3 common questions. What if I need to urinate more right after doing the exercises? That means it's working. The exercises move fluid from your legs into your circulation while you're still awake. Your kidneys process some of it before bed. The goal is 1 extra bathroom trip at 8:30 p.m. It's fluid leaving your body while you're upright, not at 2 a.m. You're emptying the bucket before it overflows overnight. Do I have to do all 3 every night? In a perfect world, yes. Each targets a different part of the drainage system: passive gravity drainage, venous return, and lymphatic clearance. But if you're just starting out, begin with exercise 1 alone. 10 minutes of the elevated leg drain on its own produces a noticeable improvement for most people. Add the other 2 when it feels natural. Something is always better than nothing. I already put my feet up on the couch. Why hasn't that helped? 2 reasons: timing and angle. Feet on the ottoman at 6 p.m. does nothing useful if you go to bed at 10 p.m. Fluid has 4 hours to redistribute before you lie flat. The exercises work best within 30 to 60 minutes of bedtime. The angle also matters. Feet on an ottoman are roughly level with your hips, helpful, but not enough to create strong, passive drainage. You need feet meaningfully above your heart. The difference between feet on the ottoman and legs up the wall is the difference between a gentle slope and a real drain. Exercise 1. The elevated leg drain, 10 minutes, legs above heart. This passively clears the bulk of pooled fluid with 0 effort. Exercise 2. The seated calf pump, 2 sets of 20 slow heel raises, 90 seconds, actively moves anything remaining in the deeper veins. Exercise 3. The ankle alphabet. A through Z on each foot, about 3 minutes, clears the fine lymphatic structures around the ankle and foot. After the routine, you may need to use the bathroom. That is a good sign. 3 things to layer on top for better results. If you wear compression socks during the day, take them off 45 minutes before starting exercise 1, not right before. This gives your legs time to decompress to a neutral baseline first. Reduce fluids in the 2 hours before bed. Not dramatically. Do not dehydrate yourself. Avoid the extra glass of water, the herbal tea, the late-night juice. Hydrate well in the morning and early afternoon, then taper. Keep a simple log for the first week. 1 line per morning. How many times did you get up last night? Watching that number drop keeps you consistent and gives you something concrete to bring to your doctor if you want to discuss it. Bonus strategy: a 15-minute walk between 3 and 5 p.m. That window is late enough that significant fluid has already pooled, so the calf pump has real work to do, but early enough that your body has time to process the fluid before you go to sleep. Walking continuously activates your calf muscles, the same pump as exercise 2, and reduces the total fluid that accumulates during the day. Less pooled means less to drain at night. You don't need to walk fast. You don't need a step goal or a route. 15 minutes of steady, comfortable walking in the late afternoon makes a measurable difference in fluid load by the time you do your evening routine. A 2021 study in the Journal of Urology found that adults with nocturia who added moderate afternoon physical activity saw a significant reduction in nighttime voids within 4 weeks, independent of any changes in fluid intake. If walking is difficult due to joint pain or balance issues, a stationary bike, seated marching in place, or standing calf raises while holding the kitchen counter can accomplish a similar effect. The goal is sustained calf pump activation for 10 to 15 minutes. The method is up to you. One additional note on outdoor walking: natural light in the afternoon helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which influences the hormones that tell your kidneys when to slow urine production overnight. Sunlight plus movement in the afternoon is a powerful combination for sleep quality. Realistic timeline: for about 1 in 4 people, there is a noticeable effect on the first night. Not a complete cure, but a longer first stretch of sleep. For most people, the full effect builds over 3 to 5 nights as your body recalibrates its overnight fluid processing. A 68-year-old man had been waking up 3 times every night for 4 years. He had a mildly enlarged prostate and had tried medication. It reduced urgency but not frequency, still 3 trips per night. He started this routine. Night 1, still 3 times. Night 2, twice, with the first stretch extending from 90 minutes to nearly 3 hours. Night 4, once. By the end of week 2, he was waking 0 times most nights. His prostate hadn't changed. His medication hadn't changed. What changed was that his legs were no longer filling his bladder while he slept. One honest note: these exercises work best when nocturia is caused by dependent edema, fluid pooling in the legs. That is the most common driver in adults over 60. But nocturia can also be caused by an overactive bladder, prostate enlargement, certain medications, diabetes, sleep apnea, or something more serious. If you try this routine consistently for 2 full weeks and see no change, make an appointment with your doctor. These exercises are a powerful, evidence-grounded tool, not a substitute for medical evaluation when something else is going on. Beyond fewer bathroom trips, here is what else changes: your ankles. Within 1 to 2 weeks, most people notice their ankles are visibly less swollen by the end of the day. Shoes that felt tight by 4 p.m. fit normally again. Your mornings. When you sleep through the night, genuinely sleep, your mood is different, your thinking is clearer, and small frustrations feel manageable. That is what restorative sleep does to brain chemistry when it is finally allowed to complete its natural cycles. Your confidence. There is a quiet anxiety that builds when you don't trust your own sleep, when you're bracing for the bladder alarm at midnight. When that stops, the anxiety around bedtime fades. People stop dreading sleep. That mental freedom is its own kind of rest, and your days change. When you've slept, you're more likely to move. more likely to take the afternoon walk. This reduces fluid pooling, which means better drainage, which means better sleep. The same loop that was grinding you down starts working for you. Quick recap. You wake up at night because fluid pools in your legs during the day. The moment you lie flat, that fluid redistributes upward. Your kidneys process it overnight. Your bladder fills repeatedly. The fix: drain that fluid before bed in this order. Exercise 1. Elevated leg drain. Legs above heart for 10 minutes. Gravity clears the bulk of the pooled fluid passively. Start this 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Exercise 2. Seated calf pump. 2 sets of 20 slow heel raises. Actively moves any remaining fluid from the deeper veins. 90 seconds. Exercise 3. Ankle alphabet. A through Z with each foot, full range of motion, clears the fine lymphatic network around the ankle. 3 minutes. Bonus: 15-minute walk between 3 and 5 p.m. to reduce daytime fluid buildup. Total evening routine: 15 minutes. Limit fluids in the 2 hours before bed as a complement to this routine, not a replacement. The exercises clear fluid already in your legs. Limiting fluids reduces what's added. Together, they are more effective than either one alone. Tonight, try exercise 1. Just 10 minutes, legs up, before bed. Set a timer. Let gravity work. Then go to bed. Add exercises 2 and 3 tomorrow. By the end of the week, you'll have the full routine, and it will take less time than brushing your teeth. Leave a comment below with one number. How many times are you getting up per night right now? Come back in a week and update it. If this helped you, share it with someone you know who is dealing with this. A spouse, a sibling, a friend who is exhausted but doesn't know why. Most people with nocturia have no idea that leg fluid is involved. This information changes lives, but only if it reaches people. You deserve real, uninterrupted sleep, not, "I only got up twice, so that's a win," sleep. The kind that keeps your mind sharp, your heart healthy, your mood steady, and your body strong. That is what this routine is designed to provide you with. Try it tonight.